Everybody, welcome back to Play Sport. We just have some surprising news, but actually, I think I saw this coming. I brought my guy here, which is called Mesh. You know Mesh, guys. You know Mesh. I don't want to introduce him because he has a comment. Actually, he's a Kansas Chiefs fan as usual, but today he just came with a different angle. He want to comment on something about this Mamelodi Sundowns new coach. And welcome, bro, Mesh.
Hey Mula, skip on.
Ngumnandi nje wena.
Ngimnandi ngizwa le ndaba ngimnandi more than umnandi.
Kanjani manje ndoba uba mnandi kanjani omunye umuntu aluza isipande?
No, it's a big mistake by Sundowns. Big mistake. They're gonna regret this mistake. Big mistake.
Okay, bro. Okay.
Big mistake.
Okay, bro. As you are saying it's a big mistake, can you please elaborate to fans ukuthi why usho kanje?
It's a big mistake because they were supposed to wait for Mngqithi for a reason, a proper reason to fire Mngqithi. Mngqithi so far he had done well.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
He had done well. He won Q1. He on the last day he removed Pirates from number one, right? And what he has done now is that even though he was not playing the best football, somehow he was able to get the results.
Yeah.
Nah?
Yeah.
The reason why I'm saying it's a big mistake by Sundowns is because this new coach, he does not have the Sundown system, meaning that it will take him about 5 to 10 games to put his own system. And by the time he puts that system, who knows how many points they're going to drop, how many losses they're going to have in the next 10 games. You understand?
Yeah.
So we cannot say that guaranteed he's not going to lose any games. We cannot say that.
Yes.
We cannot say that guaranteed he's not going to lose any game. So big mistake by Sundowns. I think they rushed to this decision.
Yes.
2025 FIFA Club World Cup is very, very far. They could have given. There's a lot of mistakes Mngqithi could have done, and enough time for the new coach to settle in. You understand?
Yeah.
But
or else
if
maybe
this
they were
coach
supposed to put him as an assistant and then let Manqoba Mngqithi continue and then he's learning and then maybe kane bazomfaka yabo.
Yeah, man. I mean, we can say that too, but individually, maybe Mngqithi also wanted his payout like the previous coach. You understand?
Yeah.
Because you can make money at Sundowns as a coach. You can make a lot of money. They are very quick to sign like long-term contracts, and if those long-term contracts in and around maybe the first year or second, like with Rulani, like with Pizzo. They all got payouts. You understand? And they got very, very big payouts. So maybe Mngqithi also to him is like, do I continue with this job or do I actually get my payout and go sit down at home? I've been at this club for more than 10 years. You understand? And then go sit down at home, look for a new job, maybe Stellenbosch somewhere, maybe Kaizer Chiefs if it doesn't work out with Nabi, maybe, even Pirates if Rivero leaves, you understand? So there are a lot of opportunities, and you can even go outside of South Africa and go coach, your Esperance, your Wydad, your whatever, you understand? Because, I mean, if Compella can get a coaching job and offer as for a coaching job, then Mngqithi obviously you will also get, you understand? So I think it was a big mistake by Sundowns. They rushed to this decision, and they're going to regret this decision, not in terms of style of play, but simply in terms of results. Because I'm saying that this new coach, he has about 4 losses in him. With the remaining 20 games, he's going to lose 4 games.
Yes, I can feel you. But if I can check also on this coach, he got a good record according to him appearing 4 times in Europe, Europa League participate, and also in UEFA 2 times, 1 Ukraine Cup winner, and also Ukraine champions, and also Tunisian champions.
Yeah, no, look, he has a good record. He has a decent record for an average PSL coach.
Fact.
He has a very good record for an average PSL coach. If you take him and you compare him with all the other PSL coaches, he's like Nabi, where he's got a good record. But one thing for sure is that we know that results are not guaranteed. And we've seen with Nabi, with his good record at Chiefs, and, the lack of quality that he has. And even if he may have quality, this new guy, Cardoso, at Sundowns, I don't think it will go down the way they have planned it.
Yes.
I think that Cardoso has been brought in for the FIFA Club World Cup, not necessarily CAF, as much as he's supposed to win the CAF, but I believe that he's brought in for the FIFA Club World Cup And I want to say that I do not see him being the coach for Sundowns for the FIFA Club World Cup in 2025.
Okay, so you think Sundowns will already fired him?
Yeah, I think he's gonna go. This guy, in order for him to stay in, he needs to do exceptionally well.
Yeah.
Because Mngiti didn't do bad, but he did well nonetheless.
Yeah, fact.
So
fact,
if what Mngiti has done is not enough, you can imagine what Sundowns is demanding from the coaches.
Lord.
If what Rulani did is not enough, Rulani only lost one game in the league. Granted, he made mistakes in CAF, benching Zwane and all of those things. He made tactical mistakes. But nonetheless, it's still one of the best seasons we have ever experienced from a coach when Rulani was coach for Sundowns last season. So if records like that are not good enough to be a Sundowns head coach, you can imagine what's being expected from the next guy.
What's expected?
Yes.
That's the question.
Yes. So I think Sundowns is expecting a CAF Champions League. It must be a guarantee.
Okay.
Nothing less. I don't think they're expecting anything less. I think winning CAF is the main thing for Sundowns right now. And unfortunately, this Cardoso guy, he will not win the CAF. And it's not to say that he's a bad coach or anything, but it's just the moment. The moment doesn't allow him to win the CAF. They've taken a coach who was actually really good and who had capitalized on what Sundowns was struggling with. If you look at Sundowns, all the games that they've lost against teams who are defending too much.
Yes.
You understand? They lost against teams who are playing low block or whatever. So that means that the low block
if I can
is the
tell,
weakness
if
for Sundowns.
when you're actually bringing on the low block thing, this coach, I also watched him when we were playing, was coaching Esperance. He's a type of a guy playing low block. Have you not noticed that? Mesha, can you hear me? I think my guy is off. Okay, guys, this was Mesh on the line right here, and I really appreciate that he was able to come to assist me here on this breaking news. But let me try to bring him on the line while we are still here, guys. I don't know what went wrong here, and I think he is actually calling. Okay, okay, he's calling. Let me answer it. Accept.
Mola.
Hey, can you hear me, man?
Yes, I lost you there for a second. I'm sorry. You said that if you can tell something, I think those are the last words I remember from you.
Yeah.
You said you can tell something.
Yeah, like as you say that Mamelodi Sundowns, they're always losing from clubs which are teams are playing low block, and I also noticed that this coach, I've followed him actually on Esperance, and he was kind of like that guy who likes to play counter-attacks. He likes to play 4-3-3, and also he likes low block. Even though he won against Mamelodi Sundowns, you still remember he was playing even low block.
Yes.
So
yes, the conditions or the type of coach that he is, unfortunately, in Sundowns, there's a lot of ball players, meaning that you need a coach that takes a risk. You need a coach that's going to experiment different ideas, different everything. And I think that, with this new coach, if he's going to play the same as Steve Barker and he's going to play the same as Putimo Hafe, I don't think he'll go far. I think that for the Sundowns team, you need someone who's going to be extremely aggressive in terms of attack. Yes. For example, what Nabi is doing at Chiefs, you need at Sundowns, because you have all the quality. You have all the quality. You have all the substitutes. They're there. You understand? Yeah. One of the downfalls with Kaizer Chiefs is that they only have one person in one position. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. For example, like you take out Dotli, you take out Miguel, there is no centre back pairing. You lose the centre back pairing. You understand? You take out Cirino, you take out Shabalala, you lose the attack. You take out Blom, you take out Mtetwa, you take out Castillo, you lose the midfield. You understand? But at Sundowns, you can take out Mkulise, put Obas, put Mukwena. There's so many different players who are of the same quality, or at least of high quality, that are in those positions. And I'm talking about wingers, yes. I'm talking about strikers, I'm talking about defenders, I'm talking about midfielders. You understand? So in this condition that this coach has, the new coach, is that he needs to be exceptionally well. He needs to do exceptionally well. And I feel like you cannot expect that from a coach. Yeah. That's too much pressure. that's too much burden on the coach.
Yeah.
So the reason why I say that this coach will not be successful is not because I'm hating or because I'm against, but I believe that in the nature of football, they rush to make this decision.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I understand, bro. And I really, really understand that the rush to make this decision actually some Sundowns they're under pressure right now. You understand? So
Very, very under pressure.
yes. So there's no time to build right now. There's time to win. You understand?
Yes.
So
Yes.
I understand.
Yeah, and you know, with Chiefs, we can allow Chiefs to build because remember, in the last 10 years, they've done nothing.
Yeah, yeah,
We can allow them to build. But if you have been playing in CAF in the last 10 years and all you came with CAF is one trophy, and you know that trophy was won in some controversial way,
Yeah.
you understand?
Yeah.
So that means that you are not necessarily one of the big guns. You are just there to participate. It's like going to the Olympics and you never win a medal, but you are always there in the qualifying rounds. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
So that's exactly what Sundowns is in CAF. You understand?
Yeah.
They are not a medal. They are not. They are not an Olympic athlete that wins a medal every now and then.
Yes.
They are an Olympic athlete that's taking their chance, but they are always there. They are good, but just not good enough for CAF.
Yeah. And
you understand? And
sorry, just to disturb you. Actually, we have Udeni saying that Sundowns' biggest mistake was to fire Rolando Mukwena.
yes, Sundowns' biggest mistake was to fire Rulani Mukwena because they've got ball players. That's why I say that there are certain type of coaches. There are coaches like Tuchel, Pep Guardiola, Rulani Mukwena, where when they get a team, it's either they build it to a monster of a team or they destroy it. We've seen Tuchel build Chelsea and then go on to destroy Bayern Munich. We have seen Pep Guardiola do well at Barcelona, then go on to fail at Bayern Munich. We have seen what is this Rulani do well at Sundowns, but failing at Chippa and failing at Pirates.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And then there are certain coaches where they will not change much, but they will maintain the standard. For example, coaches who are not so much dynamic. For example, Carlo Ancelotti. When Ancelotti was at Everton, he maintained Everton at that number 4, number 5, number 6 position.
Yeah.
But when he went to Real Madrid, since Real Madrid is a Champions League winning team, he maintained them as a Champions League winning team.
Yeah.
You understand? And we have coaches like, for example, your Middendorp, your Kevin Hunt, right?
Yeah.
Those coaches, they will not do something miraculous and turn the players into, something miraculous, but they'll give you consistent results.
Yeah. Yeah.
If the team is number 8, they will make sure that the team doesn't go below, like Abo Compella, Abo Pochettino, for example. If the team is number 10, they'll make sure the team does not go below number 10.
Yeah.
Another example we saw with Pochettino at Chelsea is that Chelsea was struggling after Tuchel, after the guy from Brighton, I forget his name, and Pochettino did not improve the team. He maintained the standard of win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. You understand? So if this guy, the new guy, Cardoso, and when I say Cardoso, I'm sorry, I only think of the Chiefs defender, Cardoso. The surname Cardoso does not have a good record. The surname Cardoso does not have a good record. So Sundowns is in big trouble here because they're inheriting Cardoso. And we have seen what Cardoso has done for Chiefs as a defender. We don't know what this Cardoso will do as a coach. You understand? But however, the name Cardoso or the surname Cardoso does not have a good record. So this guy has a lot on his hands.
Fact. Mesh, I can hear you clearly. I don't know about others, people on the comment section there. If guys, you think it was a big mistake that Sundowns...
Big mistake.
Sundowns...
big mistake. The only people who are crying for Sundowns are the people who are tactical. Yeah. You know, when you're tactical and you say the team must play this way, the team must play what, you understand? I understand those ones who are crying because they wanted Ngiti out from the get-go. Even when Ngiti was getting good results, the people who are tactically inclined, they wanted Ngiti out from the get-go. Right? We understand that. But let's look at the results. Is he not number 1 on the log? Did he not win Q1?
Yeah.
Do you know how bad you have to be as a coach to be fired at number 1? Imagine you are number 1 and I say you are not good enough. Can you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can.
So
hear
that
you,
means that that means that the management or the technical team of Sundowns they expect from coaches is very high. But I think that they're kicking into that system before the team has achieved what they're supposed to achieve.
Yeah.
Because the team has not achieved much in order for them to put so much pressure on the coaches.
Yeah.
And I say that Mniti has done well. I don't think he was going to win the league, but I'm most certain if he was in a semi-final of CAF, he has the biggest chance. He had the biggest chance of winning it more than Rulani, because Rulani he was able to put himself in those conditions, but then the starting lineup of benching Zwane, you understand? Because
Yeah.
what's Sundowns without Zwane?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
It's very hard to say. We cannot cancel out the people who have made an impact at Sundowns.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Rulani, he made that mistake of trying to eliminate someone else's ego or someone else's legacy in the team. We don't know if those were his intentions, but we do know that Zwane was not playing when he was supposed to play.
Yeah.
You understand? And I mean, Zwane, even Bafana cannot replace him. If Bafana cannot replace Zwane, what about Sundowns that play week in, week out?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I think that the mistake that Sundowns have made is not allowing Mngiti to actually fire himself. They themselves took it upon themselves to fire Mngiti, and I feel like it's a bad decision because there's still Club World Cup coming in 2025. If Cardoso, let's say he doesn't win CAF, but he wins the league, it's the same results that probably Mngiti would have gotten. So why rush to make that decision to fire the coach?
I know, man.
You find it.
I mean, I really understand what you're saying, man. I really,
Yeah.
really understand it. And I think also it was a bad move. That's why I was deciding that maybe if
Yeah.
they took that coach and then put him as an assistant under Muti and then lane and adapt, and then he can continue next time.
Yeah.
Ah.
Look, it's very difficult. I think ego's also coming the way because remember now, Mngiti, when he's in the boardroom, he needs to speak the facts. The facts that he'll speak when he's in the boardroom, he will ask Sundowns, he says, am I not number one on the log?
Yeah.
They will say, look, you are number one. Remember what happened to Pito Mosimane when he went to UAE, somewhere there, right? He took a team from the bottom league, right, from the second division, Al Ahly, the Al Ahly from UAE, right? He or Qatar, wherever he was coaching.
Yeah.
He took that team, he promoted them. Once he promoted them, they said that he's not good enough of a coach to carry them in the first division of the league.
Yeah.
So my question is that is Mngiti not good enough to carry Sundowns in the first division, which is the PSL?
No.
So the mistake that they made, Sundowns will not suffer from the mistake of tactical ability or being, great in seeing things forefront. They are going to suffer from doing someone else bad when he was not doing bad.
Yeah.
Bakawatile Mngiti, and they will suffer for kawating Mngiti. And I think that this is the start of bad results for Sundowns.
Yeah.
This new coach, he only has about 2 or 3 losses in him.
Yeah.
If he loses anything more than 3, the fans will start being edgy. The fans will ask for another coach for the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. And when they ask for another coach, that means that Sundowns will have changed coaches in a space of 2 years. They probably will have changed four different coaches. And that's not a good sign.
Yeah. I know, Mesh. I mean, time is up, and I can hear that you can still talking going forward. And I want to host you later on, brother. I've got to end some topics for you for Kaiser Chiefs. I don't know if you're going to be around.
Thank you, my brother. No, I'll be around. Just hit me up. Let's see how we can work on it.
Okay. Thank you very much, bro. Thank you very much for insisting on this. And actually, guys, you have also your opinion on the comment section. You can let us know if you are not agreeing what Mitch is saying. Just let us know if you agree what Mitch is saying. You can also say something. Thank you very much, big brother.
Thank you, Mola.
Ah ouais.